Hey folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey, and today I'd like to take a look at this game right here. It's the next in the line of standalone Carcassonne expansions, kind of. They can't be really, they're not really expansions because they can't be, you know, added together with any other games. So they're standalone, but they're still Carcassonne, so it's a weird thing. But this is the next one in that series. The other ones are, where'd they go? Oh yeah, here they are. You know, we've had Carcassonne Gold Mine, and we've had Carcassonne Death Angel. No, I'm sorry, that's not. We've had Carcassonne South Seas. So now we have this guy right here, Carcassonne Over Hill and Dale. Let's take a look at it, see what you think. Now, as usual, the game of Carcassonne is played by anywhere from 2 to 5 players, and you set up the board as normal, where one tile is different colored on the back, so that's the starting tile. So you put it out on the board any way you really want to orient it. And each player puts one of their meeples on the scoring track, and then they get the rest of their stuff here. With Carcassonne Hill and Dale, the meeples are a little bit different. They are actually little farmer meeples instead of just regular meeples. And then you also get 2 farmhouses or stables, whatever you'd like to call it, that will act in a way that you will see in just a few moments. Then you also get all of your tiles here and your harvest tokens here. There are 5 different kinds, with scarecrows being the wild token that can count for anything at the end of the game for scoring, and we'll talk about that in just a few moments as well. So red goes first, and they will take a tile, flip it over, and they have to match it any orientation that they would like to. So they're going to go ahead and put that over here, and we'll go ahead and say they're going to start a city by placing one of their meeples. Okay, and then green, they get to draw a tile, and let's see here, we're going to place here where it matches, and we're going to go on that road there. Yellow's turn will go, and they have this guy right here, so we're going to place that right over there just like this. And we're actually going to try to start with our stable right here. Now, stables stay on the board until the end of the game, and then at the end of the game they will score each of the 8 tiles that are around and the tile. So the 9 tiles that this thing is centered on will score 1 point for every farm animal that is on those tiles. So that may or may not be a good placement, only time will tell. Go back to red, and they pull another one, and we're going to go ahead and start a city. He already has, so we'll add to his city there. All right, so green's turn will go, and I think we're going to have green start this city right here. We'll place a farmer. Actually, that's not a city. I misspoke there. It is a farm. So he is actually growing sunflowers. So okay, we can go with that. Go to the yellow player, and ooh, that's a nice little tile there. I think we'll place that right here because it matches on this side and it matches on that side, which are the only 2. And we're going to place a farmer in there to claim that farm. All right, and so we would continue playing in this fashion. So when a farm scores, the person who has the most farmers in there gets to choose, gets to score those points, and they would score 2 points for every tile. So that's 2, 4, 6. Move him to 6 on the scoring track, and then he would get 1 of each of those tokens. So he would get 1 wild, and then 1 wheat, and 1 pumpkin. All right, and those are for in-game scoring. We'll get to that in just a few moments. Then his meeple would come back to him, and game would progress. Okay, that ends the road here. So the road would score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for green, and that would come off. So we would move him up there like so. Then we would continue. Okay, now, as green is playing this road, he's going to play it onto a road that he is on. Now, this is one of the nuances of Over Hill and Dale. Instead of placing a meeple, he can move or hike along that trail. And he scores 1 point for every tile that he goes over. So he would score 2 points for that hike. Okay, so this is a new way to score on roads with Over Hill and Dale. Pretty neat, actually. All right, so we continue with yellow. And the game would continue that way until all of these tiles are gone. What would happen with final scoring is that any incomplete farms would score 1 point for each tile, sans the harvest tiles here. So for this one, red would get 1, 2, 3 points. Any unfinished roads would also score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for green for this one. And then the pastures would score as well, or the stables would score as well. And the way they score is they take the square that is around them and the tile that they are sitting on, and they count all of the farm animals that are on those tiles, and that's how many points that stable gets. So this stable here would score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So that's how stables score. Then harvest tiles will score. The way harvest tiles score is that you get 1 point for each kind that you have. And then for a set of 5, you get an additional 5 points. So if this is all that green had at the end of the game, they would get 5 points for having 5 tokens. Then they would also get an additional 5 for having a complete set of 5. So this would score green 10 points at the end of the game. Whereas here, yellow's tiles, they don't have a complete set, so they only would be getting 4 points for those tiles. Whoever has the most points at the end of those scorings wins. So that is Carcassonne, Over Hill and Dale. Really, it's a neat, cute, I guess you could say, rendition of the Carcassonne series. It has a couple of new nuances in there. I like the hiking along the path. That's an interesting little additional way to score on paths. I enjoyed the field scoring, the little farm fields, and the harvest tiles that are part of that scoring. It did give a little bit of a feel of Traders and Builders from that expansion. Had the same kind of feel to it. The stables felt like the cloisters from that expansion beforehand, but it's, again, there's a little bit of a nuance. The farm animals were a pleasant addition to the game. And the artwork is very good. I think that's one of the draws of Carcassonne. It's a very picturesque layout as you are going through the game. And then at the end of the game, there's a very beautiful looking grouping of tiles on the board. And it all fits together and it looks really good. And I think that's one of the appeals. And that's one of the things that Over Hill and Dale did. It continued some of those strong points that Carcassonne has. Unfortunately for me, it doesn't have the thematic appeal that some of the other two standalone Carcassonne games have had, Gold Rush and South Seas. I thought that those games brought a thematic flavor to the game of Carcassonne, where this one just kind of felt like more of the same with a little, twists and turns here and there. So again, for thematic quality, I think this is really lacking. However, if you enjoy Carcassonne, you will most definitely enjoy Over Hill and Dale. It has a very same feel to it, the very same picturesque quality that Carcassonne is known for, and the scoring is new, but still familiar, which is a good thing. So that's Over Hill and Dale from the newest standalone Carcassonne game. We'll see you on the flip side, folks.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.